Hello, everyone. I'm excited to introduce Randi, who is our amazing rockstar client who's going to share her story. Randi, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Randi Saran, and I am a global HR executive. Specifically, I help emerging global tech companies scale by finding the right leadership that puts in the right processes and systems so that we can create that inspiring culture of belongingness. And I create this culture by transparent and frequent communication so that trust is formed within the organization.
What I love about Randi is she just came in this program like already really a star. She knew her value prop right out the gate and was just all in it. But I'm curious, like, what got you to join this process? Where were you in your career situation when we met?
Yeah, for the first time ever, I found myself in transition, and it was not a comfortable position for me to be in. My family has always owned businesses. I've always worked my whole life. So I've never had a period of time, specifically in the adult life, where I wasn't working. And I recognized that how I was showing up for interviews probably didn't present my best self. And so I recognized there was probably more work that I needed to do with myself so that I can show up with the conviction and value that I know I can provide to any organization.
Yeah, so I'm curious, like there was a lot, everybody thinks it's a quick, jump to that executive offer, but for you, what were some of the challenges you had to overcome to get there?
So the secret's always in yourself. And so I really had to work on myself, my mindset, how I was showing up, and really look through why I was in this position and what did I truly want. What was my ideal next position? What were my non-negotiables? What did I want in the next role? And how can I target those inspiring organizations so that I can come in and serve?
One of the things we were just talking about was your conviction, right? Like to get that breakthrough that you were looking for in your career, not only with impact, but income and just what you wanted to achieve. It took a lot of conviction because that wasn't really what you thought was practical when we first met, right? So how did you get over that resistance of, am I thinking too big for myself right now?
So your program provided a lot of tools for me to pull into my toolkit. And I recognized that I needed to have rituals that I did every morning. I never really practiced gratitude. And while I always saw myself as a connector, I never really saw myself as serving in that connecting fashion until I read the book by Bob Berg, The Go Giver, that your program supports and loves. And then I recognized, besides just meeting more people, how can I help my network? How can I serve, even though I'm not working? How can I help connect people so that that I can even bring even more value? And once I saw my connections connecting and the value that that was bringing, that fueled my curiosity to learn more about the mindset work that you talk about and stepping into your own identity and the daily gratitude. And there was some words in there like visualization. So I said, well, what's that all about? And I got more intrigued and learned more about manifestation and then started listening to podcasts that really helped talk about, your inner child and how do you heal and trauma. And then like I had to peel back the onion and really look to say, okay, what do I want in my life? What do I want to manifest? And how can I show up in that capacity in while being true to who I am? Because I've always known from a very early age that HR or the people function, that's my jam. That's where I get joy. That's what fuels my joy in every day. And so how do I find that role that's going to be the best fit for where I am right now on my journey?
One thing
And
I
the universe provided.
I think what really, you became magnetic as you were doing your strategic outreach and building relationships. You weren't attached to any outcome. You weren't treating it like a transaction. What I saw you do was leading in total value and service. And that's so hard for people to get their head around because they want the outcome so bad. And you were able to show up and provide this experiential marketing campaign that, quite frankly, just became magnetic. And that was powerful.
I honestly think, well, thank you, but I honestly think it was tools that I found and I put in my toolkit. Your program is phenomenal. But for me, I needed to lean in with more curiosity and really look to see, okay, what's going to work for when I show up for this? I would listen. I probably listened to Stepping into Your Own Identity. I'm not even joking, maybe 40 to 50 times.
That's awesome.
And and then I leaned into podcasts, right? The Huberman Lab, Dear Gabby, like a lot of these things, these podcasts talked about the mind and how important it is to like move your body. And, you know, one of the podcasts, it was if you move your body continuously for 30 minutes, it's as if you're giving your brain a bubble bath. How amazing is that? So then that became part of my, you talk about the rituals, you talk about being better at least 1% every day. And so it really is your whole self that you bring to work. And so I really focused on healing my whole self so that when I can come into the work and serve, that I am that inspirational and compassionate HR executive.
Absolutely. And
Which is what I want to be and who I want to be.
you are that. So I would love to ask, so what was the biggest lesson that you took from this whole process and where are you now?
So the biggest lesson is mindset is everything. Your self-limiting beliefs will hold you. So I will always choose again and choose that I deserve it, choose that I believe in it, and choose that I can achieve whatever goal it is that I set out for myself. And I am pleased to share with you, I've accepted my new position and I get started soon.
Nice. And so what would you share with anybody watching this right now? Anything you'd want to share with them that you didn't share?
If you believe you can do it, you will achieve. It always starts with you taking that first step and believing and having that conviction all the way through the process. But I will also argue that there's not a silver bullet. There's not a shortcut. The hard work, it starts and stops with you. But if you want to achieve it, you can.
Thank you, Randi. Appreciate your story. Congratulations.
Thank you.